Hey guys, how are we doing today? Barney Boy here again with another video where we're going to look at how to unclog a clogged sink. So sometimes you might find a couple of things when you put on your tap and the water's draining, not so much here, but sometimes it can take a very long time for the water to go down the drain and clear the sink. Sometimes you may also find that you get a little bit of smell coming into the bathroom, more maybe like a sewage smell or something like that. That's a bit unpleasant. I'm going to show you how we can actually fix and resolve that issue. So first you want to identify that you've actually got a problem, and like I just said, those could often be where the sink isn't draining in good time and it's then clogged. You may get a bit of a sewage smell. You may even notice that over time you put a lot of hair, maybe you shave quite a lot, or I don't know, the missus' hair has gone down the drain and clogged it up. And the particular thing we want to look at here is the P-trap, which is that there. That's called a P-trap. It looks like a P, hence the name. And just to give you a brief overview, there's always going to be a little bit of water in this section here, and the main reason for that is to help stop any gases coming from the sewage pipe, which will be back through there, coming through into the bathroom and then into the house, and making things a bit unpleasant. Also, it helps with the flow of the water, washing it out, and it also helps to trap any large objects that may go down the drain that you don't necessarily want to be there. So the first thing you want to do is clear the area. You can always see I've actually taken the drawer out, taken all the bathroom bits that were stored in here, all the toiletries, and you want to get yourself a large bowl. Nothing, it's going to be massive, but just a little bit. And that's because when we take the P-trap off, a little bit of water may actually fall through, and you just want to make sure you catch that because you don't want that all over the floor. So make sure the tap's off and not going to come on. You don't necessarily need to turn it off at the mains. And what we can see here is we've got one bolt here, this one here, plastic bolts of course, and another one here. So you can see them in the same shot there, and they're the two that we want to loosen in order to take that P-trap off, give it a clear, check it's all empty, not clogged with any hair or any other bits like that, to make sure that our water is flowing nice and cleanly. The sink can be unclogged and we can stop any foul smells that may be escaping. So first thing is of course with everything lefty-loosey. So we'll just turn that left. This one's quite difficult because the sink is actually built into the unit it's in, and not always this will be the case. So this is probably quite a good example to go over because it's a bit of a more fiddly job. So make sure we take that left, and that should just come up on the left. There we go. We can see we've got a rubber ring there to help keep that watertight, and that will come a little bit loose from the top. Second one, as I mentioned before, is this one here. Again, lefty-loosey. We'll actually see it start dropping off, and you might see a little bit of water start trickling out, and that is absolutely normal. That's just fine. There we go, a little bit of water, and we can just drain that in there, and you can actually see all that bits of crap and other things, that hair and whatever else in that P-trap. So we can see the P-trap there, we can see the unit off, and we can see where it comes from and where it goes to. Now the last thing you want to do is turn that sink on right now, which obviously we're not going to do. So give this a little bit of a clean, this unit here. Get maybe a toothbrush or some kitchen roll or a wire, and take whatever needs to be taken out and give it a clean to make sure it's not clogged. I actually know this one isn't clogged because I've already unclogged it. It's a bit more urgent than what I can make for a video, but I thought it'd be a great opportunity to do a video. So those larger bits have been removed and it's fine. And the next stage, of course, is just putting it back in place after you've cleaned it. And that again is righty-tighty, only finger tight. These are only plastic bolts. They're not metal. They will break if you start using some heavy-duty tools, or actually you can use some plumbing tools or tool specifics for these, but that's not always necessary as long as it's finger tight. So just come back down here, finger tight as well. But most importantly, you want to check visually it's in place. No, that's absolutely fine. Maybe give it a dry so you can check there's no leaking. And just to check that it's been put back in properly is turn that tap on and just let it run for a few seconds, and we can see there's no leaks there, and that's absolutely fine. So I'm quite satisfied with that. So the most important thing with this really is making sure that your tap's off, the area is as clear as possible, and you've got a bulb that's going to catch any water that's going to fall. And it's most likely that any issues you have with foul smells, a clogged sink, and you know, if you know you've dropped something down the sink that you want to get, it is more than likely going to be the P-trap. It could be something a bit more difficult to get, but I would say 9 times out of 10 it will be that, and that is something you can easily do at home on your own without the need for calling out a plumber, and save yourself a lot of money. Thanks guys, as always, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.